I'm Jody. And I was raised in a culture that taught me that the divine, that the spirit, that the higher power was out there. And it was very separate from the body, from the flesh, from humanity. But at a very young age, I realized that didn't really resonate, literally and figuratively, with me. I began playing musical instruments as a child. In the first grade, I picked up the violin for the first time, and when I felt those strings vibrate against my fingers, and as I pulled the bow across the strings, that connection that I felt in creating music with an instrument and with my body, I questioned. The spirit is in here. It's with me. I can connect to that greater, to God, to divinity, to whatever name you want to put to it, with my body via music and the creation of music. And then I discovered dance. Moving my body. And then I really realized the spirit may be out there, but the spirit is also in here. And I can connect to that flow, to that grace, to that magic, to that mysticism when I moved my body. And then I discovered the Eastern arts of yoga and martial arts like Tai Chi and Aikido. Oh, there is spirit for me in the flow of the spiral of Aikido, in the slow, gentle movements of Tai Chi, and the poses of yoga. Even though they may seem to be in stillness, there is power and sacredness in holding a pose, because it's not still. If you're really listening and feeling and paying attention, all of the body is engaging and gripping and holding in that moment. And if you're doing your yoga with your breath, moving with the breath, there is spirit and sacredness there. And then with my aerial arts, goodness, the spiritual connection there, whether doing harness work or aerial hammock yoga or actual from silks 30 feet in the air, to feel that connection, that sense of flying, that sense of stepping away from gravity, the sense of asking my body to do something that it shouldn't be able to do or shouldn't want to do. And my body screams, please let me fly. There's so much sacred in the physical. And there's so many ways to connect with the spiritual via this vessel, via this magical thing that we have called the body. So the narrative, the story that spirit and body are separate. And oftentimes seem to being told that they're at odds, that they're actually, you can't be spiritual and physical at the same time. They are separate entities. My whole life, everything has told me the opposite. That spirit and body in one is home. It's where I belong. It's where I connect. That is my power. So I just want to take a minute to play with that with you. When I lose my sense of spirit, I come home to the body. And I do it in a three-part way. One is through breath. So take a minute and put a hand on your chest and a hand on your belly. And just breathe with me. There's no right or wrong. It can be through the nose, through the mouth, long breath, short breath. Just breathe with me. As I breathe, I feel the expansion of my lungs, the opening and closing of my rib cage, the sensation of the air as it goes through my nostrils or down my throat. Connection through the breath. As well, this helps to calm and quiet my monkey mind, which allows me to access spirit much more easily. My second way I connect is through dance, movement. So take just a moment, eyes closed or open, and just play in whatever way you can. Maybe your dance today is just with the head, just a little gesture with your head. Maybe it's one finger. Take a moment just to move. There's no right or wrong. Just move your body in some way that feels right, that feels in the flow. Then my third way is through sounding, or the voice, that vibration. So make a noise. Maybe for you today it is Om. Maybe it is clicking your tongue. Maybe it's screaming. Ah! Maybe it's barking. Woo! Woo! Connect through sound, which the body makes. In whatever way you want to right now. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh! When I do those 3 things, breathe, move, sound, that's when I find home. That's when I find connection. That's when I lock back in to spirit and body. I hope this maybe helps you find home too.